all campaign finance transactions must be validated and filed in the ORESTAR elections reporting system. Failing to validate and file a transaction by the transaction's due date may result in a civil penalty. A personal expenditure for reimbursement occurs when a person spends their own money on a committee's behalf and expects reimbursement. For the full legal and procedural requirements for reporting campaign finance transactions, see the Campaign Finance Manual. This type of activity requires at least 2 separate transactions. The first transaction indicates where and when the person spent their own money on the committee's behalf. The second transaction occurs when the person is reimbursed by the committee. In this example, Jen uses her own money to purchase office supplies at ABC Office Company with the expectation that her committee will pay her back. To file a personal expenditure for reimbursement transaction, you'll need the following information: the date the person made the expenditure from their personal funds, the name, city, and state of the business where the expenditure was made, the amount of the expenditure, and a description of the expenditure. After logging into ORESTAR, navigate to your committee's private workshop. Click on the Campaign Finance button to the right of the committee name. Outstanding personal expenditure balances can be found at the bottom of your account summary page. Click on the Transactions tab to be taken to your transaction queue. Click on Add to enter a new transaction. Enter the data into the fields from top to bottom. Enter the transaction date by clicking the button to the right of the transaction date field and a calendar will appear. Click on the single forward or back arrow to toggle between months or the double forward or back arrows to toggle between years. The date of the personal expenditure transaction is the date the person made the expenditure from their personal funds. In our example, it is the date Jen spent money at ABC Office Company. Select transaction type Expenditure. Select transaction subtype Personal Expenditure for Reimbursement. In the Payer of Personal Expenditure field, enter the name of the person that spent their personal funds. In our example, the payer is Jen. Payers that have already been saved in the address book will automatically populate when the name is slowly typed into the field. To enter a new person into the address book, click on Add to the right of the field. The Contributor Payee field should disclose the name of the place where the person spent their personal funds. In our example, the payee is ABC Office Company. Payees that have already been saved in the address book will automatically populate when the name is slowly typed into the field. To enter a new payee in the address book, click on the Add button to the right of the field. In the Amount field, enter the amount of the expenditure without a $sign. A description and/or purpose is required in order to disclose what goods and services were paid for. Select a purpose from the drop-down list or enter a description in the Description field. Depending on the purpose selected, you may need to enter both. The Notes field is not required and will not display to the public. It will only be visible to the committee and the Elections Division. We will continue to use the example showing that the committee is reimbursing Jen for the money that she spent at ABC Office Company on the committee's behalf. One payment may be used to reimburse for multiple personal expenditures. To file a cash expenditure reimbursement, you'll need the following information: the date of the reimbursement, the payment method, the amount, and the payee's name, city, and state. From the Transaction tab, click on Add. Enter the data into the fields from top to bottom. The date of the expenditure is the date the committee makes the reimbursement. Select transaction type Expenditure and subtype Cash Expenditure. In the Contributor Payee field, enter the name of the entity being reimbursed. In our example, the payee is Jen. In the Payment Method field, select the form of payment. If selecting check as the payment method, you must also provide the check number in the field to the right. In the Amount field, enter the amount of the reimbursement without a $sign. A description is not required, but if information is entered, it will display to the public. The Notes field is not required and will not display to the public. However, if information is entered, it will display to the committee and the Elections Division. Select Transaction Purpose, Reimbursement for Personal Expenditure from the drop-down list. Reimbursements for personal expenditures should not be associated to the previously reported personal expenditure transaction. After all the required fields for a transaction are complete, click on Validate near the top of the page. Click File. Read the attestation. Click File again.